Joe blew us up.
Yes.
That's all.
I believe there's a little bit both ways between you and Joe. Um,
No, it
Poor
was all Joe.
decisions made both
He
ways.
said,
I
yep,
don't
he
know
said
what
he
you're
trusted
talking about.
himself. Yep,
Galatea's never done anything wrong in her life.
exactly. I am the best droid. It was all that fuzzball's fault.
So, admittedly, there wasn't a whole hell of a lot that happened. But you all started off still at the ship, looking through some stuff. You stepped outside and found that you were being attacked by a couple of essentially kind of wolf like creatures. And we went through the basics of combat in this system. And as the creatures were defeated, you looked off into the distance and you could see a couple of silhouettes in the direction that they had run from. And the silhouettes just kind of disappeared into the heat. You went back inside. The ship had a fun gas leak of some sort for some reason. And Galatea and Kane couldn't agree on shit, so they blew themselves up. Both ended up fairly beaten and battered. And I believe the decision was made at the very end to just wait out another night to try and heal back up and take care of everything. Let me go here really fast. She. Alright, everybody roll a single force die.
You remembered.
Oh boy.
Hey. Slightly more in y'all's favor. Start with. Alright, you should be able to sync up. Should see 3 light side points and 2 dark side points for the session. And you all are starting, I believe. I don't know, did we say that we bunkered down at the end of the day?
We probably should bunker down, so I'm in favor of bunkering.
Doc, I need help. I need medical aid.
Okay.
The fuzzball blew me up. Help.
Yes.
I'm dying, Doc.
Well, I don't think you
I'm
are.
dying. No,
No.
I have like 2 health left.
Okay.
I'm actually
Well,
like borderline.
okay. Uh, it's, how does this work with a droid?
So, um, healing. Everything that we've used thus far has been healing using the actual medicine skill, using med kits, stim packs, everything like that. That applies to organics. You essentially can get the same things for droids. It's just different items in a different skill. So you can heal using the mechanics ability for a droid, and you can use toolkits, repair patches, and things of that like to fix a droid.
Okay.
So, do you have any type of toolkit or repair patch or anything like that in your inventory?
I have written down basic tools.
Not quite.
Yeah, no, I did not
Doc, you had
know.
one job.
I didn't know.
You had one job, Doc.
I didn't know. I'm
So,
sorry.
what is your max health, um, Piper?
12.
12, and you're down to what?
1.
1. Okay. Let me double check the difficulty on that. Alright, so that'll be a mechanics check, Jen, with
Yeah.
2 purple.
Okay. I will make sure to equip myself better.
Can I help her?
Sure, you can help her and she'll get a blue boost.
Yeah, I also have mechanics.
Okay, cool.
I'm actually a good helper.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, wait. Okay, okay. I forgot which letters were for which things. Okay, this should be that.
So
Yes.
technically that is 1 point healed. So
Yeah.
essentially when you're healing, because I don't know, just kind of reviewing I guess for everybody, when you're healing, a success is a wound that is healed. The advantages are strain that's healed. Technically droids really don't get strain unless you have very specific weapons. So to be kind to you at this point, because this is the first time that you guys are dealing with this and you are admittedly not equipped properly for everything, I'll say that heals 3 for Galatea.
Yay.
Okay. I will. Yes, this is something that I feel like I should
Doc.
ask about when we're back in town. What do I need? Make sure that our droid does not die.
I'm your medic. I want to keep that in mind. I'm everybody else's.
Yeah, no, I know. I
I know.
understand.
I'm bullying you. Don't worry about it, Jen.
Okay,
I'm bullying.
I was looking. I thought
It's
about
okay.
how how
It's
to-
okay. It's okay, Jen.
Shut up.
It's okay. I understand. I am not mad. I am just bullying.
I know you are. I know you are. You're just a big bully.
I'm just a big bully. That's me.
You're not
Alright.
dead.
So, and then additionally, essentially a full night's rest will automatically heal a wound for everybody, including Galatea, because it's kind of just assumed that you are both resting, and for Galatea, since Galatea doesn't sleep, is probably trying to fix some of the minor things that she can fix on her own.
Grumbling at Boston.
Yep. So a full night's rest will recover 1 wound for everybody that has a wound. I don't know that anybody other than Kane and Galatea have been injured at this point.
I had a wound from.
What
Oh.
about strain?
Strain, I believe. Let me double check this. Should automatically reset, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because strain is considered a little bit. Strain, because it is non-lethal usually, you can go over the strain threshold and you're just like comatose. It's considered a more minor form of injury, so it resets. Whereas wounds are actual physical wounds, and this game does have mechanics and stuff about losing limbs and things like that. So it's harder to come back from wounds than it is from strain. So, as you all
You
Does
bunker,
it take an overnight rest to recover strain?
yes,
Okay.
one overnight rest fully resets your strain.
Okay. Got it.
And I'm travel checking. That's for a week.
Oh, out of there.
Once again.
Was that your sister, Jen?
No.
Or is that you? Jennifer.
Not sound like water. No, it's not you.
Okay. Anyway. So you all bunker down for the night and kind of lick your wounds and recuperate. Is there any RP or discussions that need to be had tonight? Going once? Going twice? Okay. So you all get through the night, and recover, and you guys are not accosted by anything through the night. As you're all bedding down next to the ship, you were partially shielded by the wind, or from the wind, and the blowing dust and sand of the deserts. So you're actually in a much better off spot than you were the one night that you had to sleep out in the open. And nothing bothers you too much. There is the still kind of paranoia of having been attacked by dogs and then whatever the hell was seen as you were approaching the ship that nobody has seen any tell of since getting here. And eventually the sun rises over the horizon early morning, starting up the blinding light and searing heat of the day. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, we gotta get the part from that wrecked ship, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's the reason we came to this hot, dark place.
Okay, so
That tells you my skin has never known struggle like this.
heading back into the ship? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. So you all head back into the ship again. So you notice as you go inside that the room down here, where the start of the explosion was, it is fried pretty crispy. And spilling over into the next room, everything is fairly burnt. What remains that were there have been singed really, really harshly. Everything just kind of smells that like unpleasant kind of cooked rust smell. But there's no gas, as far as any of you could tell. And other than a few cracked screens and scattered shrapnel, essentially, from that one room, it still looks, for the most part, like it did the day before.
All right. We haven't checked out these two areas to the left and right.
Yeah,
right?
because the doors are closed and you guys have not figured out how to open them, nor have you attempted to open either of them, from what I remember.
We should probably try and attempt that.
Yeah, you guys have, the ones you have seen are the only ones you have attempted to even open, let alone gotten into. You've not attempted to open any of the others.
We're so good at this. So I noticed that stuff is labeled on the map, but do we see any kind of labels about which directions? Which I think we got like a ship map, right?
Yeah, you got like a vague layout of the ship, because the ship seems kind of off. There's
Slightly.
something about it, so you're not 100% certain how much you trust the map. And then, of course, it's been blown to hell and back. So there's some question about what you can find. But, yeah, you can kind of guesstimate where things are. You know that this room over here was a workshop of some sort. This room... Woo! Don't move the map. This room over here is labeled as being scientific of some sort, some research. The other two rooms up here don't have any clear labels from what you've gathered. So you're not quite certain about what's up there.
We should head to the workshopy room. That is my vote.
All right, workshop.
So
Sounds good.
that room, again, the door is closed. And the power is out, so the automatic switch will not work. So
Damn it, we got a gonk droid. Word.
Bonk.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Can we go in through here and like get to, I don't know. Can we find a
Shit!
way to get to a power
I didn't
station or
even
whatever?
clock that.
Well, you already have figured out that because the engine room was in the back half of the ship that is gone, there is not really any power to the ship unless you figure out how to bring power to it.
I assume like combining all of our data pads and wiring it would probably not be enough power.
Not for a door.
Not for a door.
Could give it some of my
Because
juice.
all of
Smile.
this, they're everything that's closed are the heavy duty blast doors for crash.
Yep. Makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, if we use some of your power, would that drain your health?
That's a good question.
Roll of mechanics if you want to answer that question.
Okay. I will. Oh, God.
And mechanics with 2 purple.
Mechanics with I hate when it decides to go off of the tabs. Hide them. Anyway.
Oh, nice.
Wait, did that? Wait. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Damn, you like knocked that right the fuck out the park, didn't you?
Ooh.
You've
Apparently.
done this before.
You have worked on Galatea enough, like repairing her, that you are very familiar with her systems and the capability of her systems, at least on the mechanic side. And you're fairly certain that if you hooked her up, the power would be enough to open a door without affecting her too much, but she would not be able to move until you have unhooked her.
Okay.
Contrary to what Fuzzball says, I can stand still, so I got this. I do it for the boss.
Okay, we can try
Strap
this.
me up, boss.
You be
Yeah.
careful. Be careful with it.
Okay. I do know I have the slicer gear for stuff like that. I assume that's more on this end of
Slicing is technically hacking, but I will say that it does help you to kind of link her up into the... I'm assuming you're looking for the door control itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with a little bit of... with that many successes, I'll say you go ahead and do with a little bit of elbow grease. You manage to pop off the control panel for the door and kind of grabbing a couple of wires, tossing a few aside because you realize that they're either completely fried or useless. You find what you need and you kind of push Galatea to stand a little bit closer and essentially plug it into her back. Galatea, you immediately feel the power drained from you. You're still functioning, but the motor control is now gone as the power is being redirected. And slowly but surely, this door just starts grinding open. You can hear it hitching a few times against bent tracks in warped metal, but it slowly opens about 2/3 the way, and you are able to slip in one at a time if you'd like into the workshop area.
I will.
Unhook our friend.
Oh, I was starting to get a nice deep tissue massage there. That's what it felt like for me. I could do this all day.
Well, we got more doors to open, so
Aw, yeah.
So, as you step through, you look around, and Marcy, you are familiar enough with ships that you can tell this is kind of the small machine shop for a ship this size, a place that they can handle some of the smaller, more technical pieces of equipment, rather than the big welded pieces of equipment that they might have dealt with towards engineering. And it is a mess. Everything has been scattered and thrown around, shaken off of hooks and out of cabinets where it's supposed to be in the crash. But even glancing around, you see that this is seemingly because of the combination of the guard droid that was out there and the closed door, that everything that should be in a workshop of this sort seems to be here. Now, how easy it is to find is another question, but this place doesn't seem to have been quite as ransacked as some of the other parts of the ship that were easier to get to.
Well, I'll look for tools that will be useful for removing the drive we're looking for.
Alright. So, I want you to pull up this. Make sure I'm talking about the right one. That's the, one curse of playing in so many different systems is I forget the names for the skills. Because I'm like, I know what skill I want you to do. I just don't remember what it's called in this particular system that we're playing today. So, I want you to first do a perception check with 2 purple.
Perception.
Ooh.
Triumph.
And threats. Was like, oh, awesome, I saw the triumph first, and I realized process the middle symbol. Like, oh no. So, you're looking around, and you're looking for tools, and you see some of the tools that you and, what's your name? Risha, have already kind of accumulated and already have access to on your ship. Some of them, you see... roll me a d20.
Okay.
Give me a luck roll.
Do I feel lucky, punk? Well, do I?
You find a small welding torch. So that that'll be useful in either fixing something or breaking something. It looks like it's pretty beaten and bruised, so it probably won't last that many more uses, but it's got a little bit of life in it still. Right. And you find a collection of data pads that seem to be fairly carefully preserved and seem to have been shaken out of a lower cabinet within the room.
Like those.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I'll take those.
Okay. And then roll me a mechanics check with 2 purple.
Right.
Ooh. Indian's lucky today.
Nice.
So, you find, you find 1 repair kit as well, which is useful for our droid team member in healing them.
Good.
And you also still are dealing with that one. I want to be nice, but I also really get really excited when I see a threat that I get to use. You see another schematic for the ship that looks similar to the one you found in the cockpit. But you are, again, familiar enough with ships that you, as you're glancing over it, there's something off about it. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it looks a little bit different than the other one.
All right. Well, identify what the difference is.
Yeah, you'll have to make either mechanics or space piloting.
Right.
At 3 purple and a black.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
I'm afraid. Right. Space piloting.
Damn. Um. So as you kind of stare at it and I assume kind of call for the other schematics from somebody else and they bring you the data pad, you sit there and kind of look between them. You realize that there seems to be a crawl space of some sort in
Ooh.
the schematic that you just found that is
Huh?
not listed in the other one.
Ooh. Ooh. I think we
Probably
found the
stuff
smuggling. I think we found the smuggler's pit. And I show it to Jen. Sorry, Rasha, and say, "Hey, check this out. What do you think?"
Definitely some sort of either panic room or secret storage room.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right. And Piper just informed me she is not feeling particularly good, so she is having to lay down. So,
Aw.
we will struggle on with the 3 of us and get as far as we can and see if Joe magically manages to join us in about 15-20 minutes.
Right.
Um, am I now? Am I the smallest here now?
It's certainly not me.
Yep.
It would be between you and Marcy, yeah.
I'll go in. They have feelers. Do not really.
The force is with you.
Yes. Please.
Yeah.
I
I
hope.
didn't even write down a height. I just left it blank.
So, you start heading towards the kind of crawl space area that Marcy pointed out to you. Roll me a perception with 3 purple, and I will give you a blue because of echolocation.
Hmm. It didn't roll the. Oh my, because there was a space.
You can just roll 3 purple straight.
Yeah. I know. I accidentally space
Frustrated it. Nice.
a lot of threats.
But luckily, that's just canceling out your advantages. You still have 3 successes. So,
Yeah.
you ended up with 3 successes and an advantage, so.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see this.
So, you guys are going to make me start using my dark side points because you're rolling too good.
Oh no, I don't like that.
So you start kind of poking around and knocking on a few things and pausing and listening very intently. And you find that one of the panels in this room is very clearly blocking off a hollow space. You go over and you kind of push it a little bit, and the force of the crash actually has jarred this hidden opening a little bit, and you're able to push it open with relative ease. And I can reveal more of the space.
Relative ease for a normal person, but I'm not exactly the strongest, so there's a lot of wait, I need to get leverage. Put my foot here.
The Gruta have evolved to use tools.
It's like, let me find the Star Wars equivalent of the tire iron to leverage here.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just gonna say that's canon. Tire irons still exist.
Yeah, of course that works.
Please
Checks out.
crowbar.
Tire irons are a thing. What has tires still? Not much, but they're still a thing.
You just
Everyone
gotta
has
call
one.
it like a Dura tire iron, and there you go.
So you push open and you can see inside that there is a compartment with an even narrower passage on the far end. It only can fit about one person at a time in there. It's very small, like a tiny walk-in closet. I think the smallest walk-in closet that you can get that you can actually walk into. And looking around, give me a... why did I click through all that things when I just need to look at the character sheet? What the fuck am I doing? It's been a long day, y'all.
It's fine. You're fine. You're doing great.
Give me a Core Worlds intelligence check
Core worlds.
with
All right.
2 purple.
Ooh. Go space.
Okay. And I need you to roll one more thing. Give me either a...
Oh wait, it rolled the. Oh, it rolled the 3 other purple too.
I'll just take the first 2.
Okay.
So it's still 1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, clear out your shit.
Yeah. I always forget to do that.
And this will get you 2 different pieces of information depending on which one you choose. It's not rolling for the same thing.
Okay.
I'm here. Nobody panic.
Fucking Joe.
Panic.
My God. So, either a mechanics or a medicine check with 3 purple and a black.
I am not good at medicine, but I am good at mechanics.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that because it makes more sense that that's what I would be looking for anyway.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as you're looking around, you're looking at these, like, couple of small crates and bags that have been left here. You recognize several of them as bearing the stamp of a fairly well-known trading corporation that tends to operate in Republic space. You've seen these coming and going on shipping docks before. You're not, because of your past history, you are not particularly familiar with what exactly they do, but you know that they are in and around Republic space. As you kind of poke around a little bit more, you pop open one of the crates its lid was already kind of ajar, and you take a look inside, and some of it you have no fucking idea what it is. But some of it you recognize as extremely shoddily put together cybernetics. the kind of cybernetics that you'd probably see on the black market, like a back alley,
Yeah.
but the kind that you also are like, only the most desperate or the most insane would actually put that in their body.
Always a good reassuring, Okay. Okay. That says a little bit of a something. I will poke my head back out and explain to them what I saw.
So for my notes, I'm typing cybernetics and what else?
That it was a trading company has been seen and is kind of common in Republic space.
A container for that trading company or from that trading company. Right?
Yeah. All of the containers in there either have that mark on it or they're unmarked.
Okay. And inside, did we find out what was inside?
The only thing that Risha recognizes are the cybernetics.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So if other people want to go in and look and see if they recognize it, but it's at least I don't know about the quality of the other stuff. If the quality of the stuff I do know is this shitty.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Okay. So Risha steps out, Marcy steps in and takes a look. And you'll have to roll essentially the same things that she rolled. Core
Okay.
Worlds, intelligence check with 2 purple.
Oh, Core Worlds first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then either a mechanics or a medicine check with 3 purple and a black.
Like a good player does. And then click on next and next. There you are. Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
So, you are a little bit more familiar. You've done a couple of jobs, just hauling cargo back and forth. So you're a little bit more familiar with the trading groups and the trading companies in Republic space. And let me double check that I know the race that is on this planet. Let me make sure that this is the what the name of the actual planet is. All right. So, you recognize this as a newer trading company that has a decent reputation, but does not have anywhere near the history of some of the others. And it is because it is in a planet that is just now entering the Republic, seemingly kind of caught right in that limbo area of Republic versus Imperial space, but they have sided with the Republic openly now. And it is Uvina Prime.
It's VENA.
UVENA. Uvina, and then Prime.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not able to identify the other stuff?
No, because it was either mechanics or medicine, and since you rolled the same as Risha with mechanics, and Risha technically rolled a little bit better, you get essentially the same thing. You go in there and you kind of look, and it's like, yep, that's some back alley shit right there.
Yep. All right. Thanks. I was hoping we could use this this way to access other places in the ship.
Well, I mean, there is like I said, there is seemingly a much tighter opening on the other side.
Okay, I'll check it out.
All right. So, As you try to kind of squeeze into this opening, you realize that it is going to be very claustrophobic going through. You have to go sideways, and you are scooting just inch at a time. And there is no breathing room.
Hmm.
Would you like to continue?
I'm gonna say no and do it anyway.
How many stories about caving disasters have you watched? Because I've watched a lot.
So you said you're going to continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you kind of start squeezing your way through a little bit more, inch at a time, inch at a time. And you realize that it only takes about a foot or two, or not a foot or two, but 3 or 4 feet, and you see that this opening actually leads into another opening that you realize is part of that kind of extended crawl space that you saw on the map.
Okay.
But it takes a very sharp turn. One direction, well, there's 2 directions. One direction heads towards where you know the kind of crash portion of the ship is, where it just kind of breaks off, and the other turns back towards the front of the ship.
Okay. I have the feeling that this is meant to be used for extreme emergencies or for tiny aliens, one of those two.
Possibly both.
Possibly both.
Abu Shriek?
And everybody else is tall, right? I think that was the distinctive feature of this party.
Yeah.
All right, I'll squeeze in further to see if I can see what's over here.
All right. So, as you kind of round the corner, you see that the passageway was probably a fairly standard size before the crash, but now that there's crash in the like different parts of the ship are kind of bent and warped, certain parts of it are a little bit tighter than others. And you can
Right.
make either an athletics or a coordination
Okay.
to try and squeeze through this, where you see a section of it kind of push in a little bit more and kind of warp out of shape. This one will be 2 purple.
All right. Coordination. I'm naturally talented in this. Is that good?
Okay.
I think that's good.
Yeah. So with a little bit of work and effort, and you can feel it kind of scraping along your back in an unpleasant way. Probably going to be a little bit raw on a shoulder blade tomorrow. You squeeze past one of the warped sections and continue on. I will need one more roll. Exact same.
All right. Coordination.
Ooh.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you push your way forward a little bit more and a little bit more, and Risha, you are able to kind of track the progress through echolocation. You can feel, you can hear that it's not easy. But eventually he seems to be, or Marcy seems to come back around to be just on the opposite side of the wall from you. You kind of examine a little bit closer, and you know that there is not any easy way to get to that crawl space from this side other than that kind of hidden closet area.
Mm-hmm. I will like tap on the wall just to let Marcy know that we're in the same position. Just,
Nice.
keep,
I'll tap
keep
back.
updated.
The little human
Okay.
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you Morse code signal each other. And you keep going, Marcy. And eventually, and this is taking a long time, it's about a good 10-15 minutes of just working your way slowly through this passageway. in what you know, now that you know where Risha is, would have been like a 2 or 3 second just couple of step walk. But you eventually work your way into what looks to be another opening, another kind of small closet area, with a couple of items in there. Roll me a perception with
Okay.
3 purple, and then roll me a d20.
I don't want to be successful. You're sandbagging me. Anyway, perception. Click. That's bad, right?
Yep.
No. Sadness. And then a d20.
Okay.
Found a face hugger.
So you look around and you see more kind of cases and bags. This, because of how hard it would be to get to this particular hideaway, you know that nothing particularly big would ever come in here. It's essentially what you could hold beside you as you squeeze through the tunnel. And you look at them, and there's some writing on some of them. There's a couple of symbols on them, but you don't recognize any of it.
Can I use a light side point to change my fate?
Yep, you can re-roll,
Okay.
and you can get a blue.
Excellent. I like blue.
So go ahead and change that light side point.
I feel like I'm missing something precious. So I kind of really want to succeed here. And then perception.
Okay. Better. So you're looking at this, and you kind of squint at a couple of the bags. You still don't know what most of them are, but as you kind of open one case or pick up one kind of thin case, you open it and you find that inside looks like one of the imperial insignias.
My.
Oh.
Just means something.
You also, because you rolled that high, or you rolled a fairly decent luck check, I should say. As you're kind of poking around, you also find another kind of data chip, which you plug into your data pad, kind of flip through really fast. And you realize that it's a map of the city that you just came from. And there were a couple of places highlighted on it. There's no explanation. Just a couple of seemingly random buildings to you highlighted.
All right. So is there a way to get out from keep going north? Or do I have to go back the way I came?
Well, you do see that there is, I guess it didn't show enough. There is another passageway still continuing on.
Okay. I'll try continuing on.
Okay.
I will relay what I've been finding though.
Okay. So you continue on, and you remember that this is also heading more and more towards the kind of opening hole that you guys came into the ship through. And as you're pushing through, you're realizing more and more the ship has been warped and bent out of shape here. So if you'd like to continue, it'll be a coordination with 3 purple. It's your next one.
Yeah. I'll try. Coordination.
Okay. So you continue to push through and get a little bit further on still. And it's getting tighter and tighter and more claustrophobic. And you're seeing that it's still pretty much straight away. And it looks like there might be an opening further down the tunnel. But it looks like the opening has been partially blocked somehow. You might be able to squeeze through, but you're not 100% certain, and you know that it would put you in a very kind of awkward position to try and work your way through.
I'm afraid.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
It's that
Hell yeah.
easy.
So you start to push your way closer and closer, and you're kind of having to do this kind of weird side leg squat thing to get lower and lower down towards this opening. It'll be coordination with 3 purple and a black.
I'm afraid. Let's see here. Coordination.
Whoo, whoo, so close. Skin of your teeth. Barely.
Like I might die here. I might get stuck and I can't get out and I'm just gonna die. I guess I'll die.
You can already imagine the hollows that the Star Wars YouTubers are going to make about this caving disaster that's going on right now.
So you push your way through, and it is the most uncomfortable you've been. You're small, but you're also pilot, which means that 90% of your lifetime you're just sitting in a chair. So you are not as flexible as you would like to think you are sometimes. But you manage to get your head and like a shoulder through, and then just like wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle until you get the rest of your body through down to your like hips, and you just push, and you can feel the metal digging into you, and feel like little bits of like your flight suit or pants or whatever you want to say that you're wearing. Just feel a little bit of it kind of ripping and pulling. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking fix that later. But you do manage to finally squeeze through, and you realize that you are now in... Let me start that over again, because that was the wrong direction to start that polygon. Into one of the rooms that you guys have not been able to get into. It is no longer the tight, cramped space of the very clearly hidden crawl space. And you kind of turn around and you see that the thing that was partially blocking the way was another panel that was designed to hide the crawl space.
Okay.
So you know that this is back into standard ship layout. And
Okay.
you look around, and it seems to be some sort of break room, essentially.
Oh, okay. God, I'm thirsty and hungry. Can I get something here?
If you want to scavenge around, sure. What do I want to make you roll for that? You can
Let's-
We're all hungry for food.
you can roll a survival check with a purple.
All right. Let's see if I don't poison myself or something. All right. Where's the purple? Oh, there's the. How many? One or
Yeah,
two?
just one.
Okay. Let's see here. 75. There you are.
You find a essentially Star Wars like Capri Suns that
Okay.
like little juice bags.
Oh.
That you are
Sorry, go on.
fairly certain should not go bad. And
I'll drink one.
Oh, God.
okay.
Man, I love Corellian punch.
Roll me a resilience with a purple.
What flavor is it?
It is blue milk flavored.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh no.
Let's see. Oh, there's resilience.
I was wondering if it's like actually vinegar.
So you drink it and you don't get sick from it, but it's one of those things of like, as soon as it hits your tongue, you just have like the full body convulsion of like, oh god, no, and spit it back out.
All right. Thank you, body, for taking care of me.
Yeah, you are 100% certain that if you had actually swallowed it, your body would not be thanking you very quickly.
And I guess I can't find anything else, right?
Yeah, no, you're not finding anything else here if you're looking for like food and drink.
I'll try to open this door then.
You go to the door, and this one seems to be kind of already partially ajar open. Not enough for you to fit through. If you would like to try and just muscle it open, you can. That will be in athletics with 3 purple.
We gotta bring the tire iron out.
Yeah, we should have brought a crowbar with us. Or a Wookiee. One of those two
Well, I
things.
mean, Risha still has space tire iron, and technically the one with the lightsaber that can just melt shit has arrived.
I'm here.
I'll be like, help!
Yeah,
Y'all open this door?
Risha and Fel, you guys are just in this other room, listening really intently, trying to figure out what the fuck Marcy is doing and where she has gone since the last time you heard her tapping on the wall. In the distance, you just hear echoing through the ship, "Help!"
About the tire iron.
All right.
Yeah. If someone else wants to use the tire iron, I'm not very good with the tire iron.
Do I look like I'm good with a tire iron?
Give me the tire iron.
Fuzzball.
Okay.
Stop it.
Steps forward. It'll be in athletics, 3 purple, and if you're using the tire iron, I'll give you a blue.
I will use the tire iron, and I think I have conditioned, which if I'm using... Oh no, that's only black. Never mind.
The blue is a good thing. You
and-
don't want to get rid of it.
Yes. And if an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Blue and 3
Purple.
purple. I got a success, a threatening success.
So, you just... also, you guys did sleep through the night, so you recovered any strain that you might have been short, Joe. And you recover 1 additional wound.
Oh, good. I forgot that I was at 1 wound. Oh, God.
So you just start heaving against this door, and you know that you are fighting against just tons and tons of metal that is just misshapen in every way humanly imaginable. And however, you are determined to get Marcy out, and still a little pissed off about yesterday and getting blown up and getting bit by a whole bunch of dogs. So you just put your shoulders into it, and you manage to squeak this door open up just enough for Marcy to dart out underneath the iron. However, you do end up taking 1 strain from it. You can just feel it's You're okay for now, physically, but you also know you're going to be really fucking sore in a couple hours.
Just pushing as hard as humanly possible. Just, go, go, go! Please, 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 please! And then as soon as she's gone through, I just step backwards.
Thank you.
Please,
I
Marty,
just-
it's good to see you.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're welcome. And I just sit down on the ground and put my head on the ground and like kind of let the cold steel refresh me.
What'd you see over there on the other side of that stuff? You know, I
Oh.
was beginning to worry something ate you.
Yeah, it was hard. It was difficult to get through there. I don't recommend it. It's really tough. Really easy to get stuck. Here's the things I found. Found this, what is it called? The data chip.
Mm-hmm.
That details these two places. Inside the room in the middle, there was Imperial insignia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should have wrote this stuff down. So, um,
Well, you didn't have any room to write if you were so squished in there.
Yeah, so you found a case that you found some cases and some bags that you don't really know what the contents were, but inside
Oh, yeah.
one you found an Imperial insignia. And then you found a
Imperial.
data chip that has a map of the city with a couple of just seemingly random buildings highlighted with no explanation, no further like labels or anything, just highlighted.
Hmm. I think this means something. I don't know what.
That'd be good, whatever it is.
No, I don't like it one bit. Not with that Imperial insignia in there, too. Could be bomb sites, could be drop sites. We should take a look at these when we get back.
All right. All right. Well, this torch should help with removing the drive once we find it, and these tools also. Um, and there's some extra data pads here too. Oh, by the way, I turned one on just to see if there's anything distinctly unique that comes up. Like, oh, we haven't seen this before.
So
You know?
you turn on the data pad and it turns on. It still has juice in it, but it is locked down. It's going to take some work to break into.
Oh, okay. I handed to Raksha.
Yeah, I got a project now.
Mm-hmm. So you take there's about 4 data pads altogether,
Okay.
and you kind of flip on each of them just to double check. And all of them are locked down. It will take some slicing to get into.
Okay. Well, I think finding the part and getting back to the city might take more precedence. So I'll work on this when we have free time.
Good idea. Let's do that.
Great work, though. Both of you. Well, all three
Yeah.
of you, really.
I'm very happy. I felt like we found something significant.
Oh, would you know? Would our boss know about um uh the company?
Yeah, if you sit there and explain, then you would know iffy
Mhm.
that this is again a new trading company. Uvina Prime is in kind of that weird position of being almost like in the application process of becoming a republic planet, where it is trying to support, it is throwing a lot of industry behind, or at least what they have as far as industry. It is not super advanced compared to some other planets, but it is trying to put what it has behind the republic, in that this is just one particular trading company off the planet that, as far as you are aware, started either shortly before Uvina Prime decided to back the Republic, or just after You're not 100% certain because there's been no reason for you, in particular, to reach out and work with this planet or these trading companies from this planet at the time. You're just kind of aware in passing.
So, go on.
And you also know that part of the reasoning behind why there's kind of this arm's length is, for better or worse, some people find the native species of this planet to be rather off-putting, is the Shistovanians. So, for those of you unaware, that is essentially Star Wars werewolf-looking people.
Oh,
Oh.
Let me see if I can find a Shistovanian for you to see.
Wolves attack us.
Volpes.
Werewolf people.
I remember from the original Star Wars movie, before it was called A New Hope. It was in a cantina scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the Party City masks they got in the background that became a whole race.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Davaronian.
Oh yeah.
That's a Shistovanian.
Oh,
Huh.
Fluffy.
There's nothing particularly, like, they've never shown themselves to be, like, more aggressive or anything like that. They're just your standard, race in the galaxy. It's just, there are some races that find them to be a little bit off-putting because they are fairly large and just have natural abilities that make them a little bit hardier and a little bit more dangerous.
Well, we know that one of them wasn't the one who hid shit in the crawl space. They would have had to get somewhat smaller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a Shistovanian would not fit in that crawl space in his wildest dreams.
What about a Victorian orphan Shistovanian? Who's, like the Oliver Twist.
Maybe like the equivalent of a 5-year-old.
Based on experience from today, I declare that Marcy is 5'0".
Okay.
Oh, she's gonna look tiny next to everybody. That's great.
What?
Go on.
No,
She
no,
su-
no.
she succeeded to squeeze through tight spaces like that. I think she's short and thin. So there we are. That's a good weight for a 5'0", 100 pounds.
Yeah. 100, 110.
Ooh.
Yes, he ate his dinner and he's like, well, I need more things now.
He is letting you know.
Color is the hair token.
Okay.
I'll explain all of this to my companions, and point out that if this is from a more rural world, it kind of makes sense that the cybernetics are shitty. But it's still not great to sell shitty cybernetics.
Roll me an outer rim intelligence with
Oh, I have a banked knowledge on Outer Rim. Triumph. I've got Triumph on that I can use.
Uh-huh.
But I will also roll.
Yeah, with 3 purple.
3 purples. Okay. Let's see. Knowledge, Outer Rim, 1 yellow, 1 green. And 3 purples. Well, I didn't succeed though, so I guess it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. You believe what you want to believe. However, Iffy's first knee-jerk reaction to kind of weird Shistovanians from a very distant planet. That's what she's going on.
Yep. That makes sense. She hasn't traveled that much, so.
It's like, it's completely opposite from my homeworld. I don't like it.
Everybody there is all covered in fur. I mean, they're nice folks.
It gotta be sweaty under there.
They gotta be sweaty under there. I bet they don't even have theater.
Theater.
You watched a theater play about them not having theater.
I was told that the playwright was half Shistavanian, so you know it's very accurate to them as a people.
Wow.
We should probably check out the other side of the ship. Well, I'm still here.
Okay. So are you going from the top down trying to work through things?
Do we want to try top down or do we want to try from the toasty chamber?
I'm indifferent. I don't even know if I'm here yet, to be honest.
I mean, you just used a tire iron to open a door, so yes.
Oh, no, that's a good point. I'm stupid.
Your force ghost did that.
Yes, the Faust. I mean, did you voice the detest for the Vistanian people, or is that just something you realized, and kept to yourself because you're like,
I feel like she probably would have said something along the lines of them being very far away from her and covered in fur. Probably not the bit about theater, but yeah.
Okay, well, that's innocuous enough. Kanu will just raise an eyebrow, just like, what? What are you talking about? Of course they're different than you. But it's irrelevant.
I thought you were
What
supposed
is-
to be a diplomat. Why are you making these comments?
Yeah, and it's just like, what? Shut up. What is the next move?
Well, I might be a diplomat, but I ain't out diplomating right now. I'm in the middle of this dark spaceship. It's just you folks. Anyways, we should probably take a look around. There's another door over here. Let's see if we can get that open.
Okay, so you
Let's
open
try for that one, I guess.
Yeah.
So that one seems to be kind of, again, closed. Not super damaged from what you can tell. You can attempt to open it while using Galatea like you did the other one, if you would like, or you can try something else.
Sure. We'll try that.
Okay.
That was mechanics, right?
Yes, mechanics. And it was 2 purple.
Let's try this.
I see.
Purple.
I just have to wait long enough and your rolls slowly start to decline more and more. By the end of this, it'll be nothing but threats. And
Ugh.
I shall have my entertainment. So you kind of get Gal to walk over to this other door and set her up, and again you start working through the panel on this one and finding the appropriate wires and hooking Gal up. The space is just a little bit tighter here, and even though the metal around the door and in this hallway seem to be less warped, seems like more of the electronics have been fried on this side of the ship. But you manage to find what you need to get this door to open, and it just kind of grinds with that kind of screech, nails, metal on metal sound. Slowly open to reveal a room inside. And as it opens, you kind of peek inside, and it seems to be the communications room. You look around and you can see a lot of the terminals and the what is still hanging on the walls is related to receiving and sending messages and transmissions.
Anything useful that we could salvage?
I'd like to take a look around.
Roll, those of you that want to look around, roll perception, 3 purple first.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Perception. Found something.
Race purple.
And there's not a door on the other side. That's just a wall.
Fucking threats. What is with these threats?
He he he. They're for me.
Yeah.
So you all kind of look inside and start wandering around and kind of poking into some of the cabinets and trying to see what has been left behind. And how do I want to phrase this? Iffy and Kane, roll me d20s.
Oh, you fucking coming right up. Bam, 2. I win.
Lucky 15.
So, Risha, you don't find anything. You're like, okay, yeah, cool. There's more computers in here. I already have my project with the data pads. I'm good. And, Marcy, you walk in and you're kind of poking around some of the debris on the ground. And you find a small case that you open. Inside are 2 comm links.
Okay.
So essentially, you can give those to 2 people, and those 2 people will be able to communicate for a fairly good distance between each other. It's just essentially your standard earpiece. But they seem to be in working order. They probably need a little bit of a dust off and a recharge. But they seem to be in working order.
Oh, I forgot. I have one as well.
You can
Yes.
fiddle
So
with
we
them
can-
and end up with 3.
Yeah.
Make sure they're all on the same frequency and everything.
Yeah.
Kane has a 2, and Ify has a 13. So, Kane, you're already kind of jumpy. You've sat there and listened to the others discover some really questionable black market style cybernetics of some sort alongside other things that nobody was able to identify. And now you've heard that there is an Imperial insignia on board, when you've not really seen anything to suggest that this is an Imperial ship. So they're either smugglers that have stolen from the Imperials or are smuggling to the Imperials, and you don't know which.
Not a fan of either, to be honest.
So, you are coming in with this new room with a little bit of a closer eye. And you're kind of looking around and flipping through some notes that you're seeing and opening a data pad that seems to have been just from one of the people that tends to work in the room. And you see what you're able to kind of guess at. You were never really great at the deciphering in the codes in your training and what you've been through, but you're aware enough of them that you kind of know what to look for to see if they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that there is essentially talk of transmissions that the ship was involved in, and the transmissions being watched. And they can't figure out by who or from where, but it's making them a little concerned. And you see that the transmissions that they are referring to are seemingly kind of standard back and forth routing transmissions. There shouldn't be anything of particular interest there.
Okay. So they're just freaking out over what is ostensibly like just average transmission, like daily
So-
run of the mill.
Essentially, it's like you can consider it like, them sending out flight plans to somebody. Something that, like, if you were tuned into the radio tower at an airport, you probably could hear. However, somebody is watching it very intently, is grabbing those transmissions. And these people that are working here, that were this crew, seem to be not super thrilled that that is happening.
That that someone's listening to them.
Yeah, that somebody seems to be taking a outsized interest in those flight plans.
Oh, that's definitely worrisome.
And Iffy, you flip through essentially another data pad that seems to be like most recent transmissions, just like essentially looking at a caller ID log going to and from the ship. At least that is not... That is open transmissions that is not on private lines, like if you had a super secured line in your room or something, they wouldn't have access to it. But it's the ones that are coming through the ship at large.
All right.
And a lot of it seems to be standard. Security areas, permissions to go through certain parts of space, permissions to land or take off from different planets, all of those type of caller IDs. There's a couple that seem to be just kind of in passing, refueling, different ships that you are aware of as kind of the like meeting spots in open space on long hauls. You do see some transmissions from that trading corporation that y'all found the crates for. And you see a couple of transmissions that are simply labeled as coming from oh my god, why did I forget the planet name? The seat of the Republic.
Prime? Oh, Coruscant?
Coruscant.
Wait, no, yeah.
Yes. I was thinking Corellia, and I knew it was not that. Too many C names. Yeah. So you see some as coming from Coruscant, just labeled that flat, which is kind of weird. Not unheard of, but kind of weird. And then you see about the same frequency as some of the trading corporations, including the one from Uvina Prime. You see a trading corporation, or a corporation, I should say, that specializes only in medical research.
Huh. I'm starting to wonder if this ship going down wasn't, purposeful in some way. Because this is spooky.
Hard to tell without the entire ship here.
I'm not sure what to do with all this information. Only know that this crew is not up to something we want to get caught in. That is for certain.
We might have got caught in it just by being here, though, at this rate.
We don't know that for sure. We could not be caught in it as of right now. I highly recommend we get what we need and immediately leave.
Yeah, all the more reason to get what... sorry, I don't know what I was doing. Go on.
Yes. I will translate.
Finger guns. Good.
All right. Is there anything else in this room that useful to us, or move on to the next one?
Not just laying around. I mean, you can always try to figure out some other shit to do if you want to dig deeper, but that's up
Should
for
probably-
up for y'all to figure out how to do.
We should probably, well, one thing that, I suppose, in Resident Evil and everything, you've got the password laying around, but I don't think having passwords is not going to help us. Although it might help with the data pads you've got, actually.
Well, I have a slicer kit. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we don't got to worry about that.
She's a hacker and a mechanic at the same time.
Yeah, I had to do both jobs now, I realized.
It's a group of many talents.
Yeah.
So I guess we should probably then just see what the other rooms are and then come back to this one if we need to.
Yeah, probably, because we really need to get that part before anything
We
else.
really don't want to be caught here if this is some smuggling going on.
I've already been attacked, so yeah.
Oh, it can get worse. Don't doubt.
No,
it can definitely get worse.
that's. We've already had a bad track record. Let's not make it really worse.
Oh, I see. Oh, good. We're all in agreement then.
Can we open the door the same way we did this one?
So
that
this
makes sense.
last one down here was already kind of partially ajar before the explosion. Unfortunately, as you're examining it, you kind of look and you realize that the door panel box has been essentially melted in the explosion, and the force of the explosion has warped this door, so it's going to take work to get through.
Lightsaber man, would you like to hack
I'll take care of it. Kane's just gonna walk over and pull out his lightsaber and just crack it on and start to cut around the destroyed box.
Okay, so you're going for the box and not the door?
Well, when you say it like that, when you say it as a DM, it makes me sound really stupid, doesn't it?
I mean, you do what you want to do.
Realizing that the box is foolish, Kane is like, what the fuck am I doing? And will turn and start to cut the door. My thought process in my head was, oh, the door still works, it's just this box. You just gotta get rid of the box.
Starts cutting into the box, pauses after, like, doing the first corner. It's like, what the fuck would my master think of me? Stops and goes over to the door.
Just exhausted with himself.
Alright, so you slowly start to carve an opening into the door. That'll be large enough for somebody to step through. It takes a couple of minutes. Again, these are the heavy blast doors that have been closed. But you do manage to cut one open, or cut a circle out of it. And as you step aside, kind of push the metal inside, you all see... Yep, reveal areas.
Droidicons.
You all see essentially the first, or a room, and across the other side of the room you do see another doorway leading to presumably a second room. Inside is kind of the research area of this ship. You see some medical supplies in there, not a lot. This is not a ship that I was expecting to see a lot of combat, so they don't keep a lot more just kind of your basic like band-aids and like a Bactine spray or something like that. Just enough for the minor everyday workplace injuries that you would expect on a ship. You do see some kind of weird pieces of technology, slightly different kind of diagrams on the walls. It implies that this was, at least at one point, was a ship that was crewed by quite a menagerie of species. It seems like they're having to be prepared for more than just the most common species in the galaxy. And you see a couple of tools laying around the floor, very clearly just thrown about in the crash. That implies that there was some work done in here that was not only of the medical kind.
Oh,
That's ominous.
maybe it's the cybernetic
Certainly is.
surgery.
Let's hope it's just a very poor, botched regular surgery.
Oh,
This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let's just get through that other door, see what's around.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me twice.
And
Kane
again-
is like, you said it. He's jumpy as fuck. So he's gonna like, as we're walking, get to about the midpoint of the room. He's going to turn around and look over his shoulder a couple times, kind of like make sure that nothing's gonna sneak up behind them somehow. But that's all he's really gonna do. He's just like, fuck.
Alright. You all proceed to the other door, and this one seems to be. But Risha, as you step closer, you look at it, you kind of examine the door controls. This is a surprisingly secure door. It's very clear that this was designed to have not only just the general shut and lock capabilities, but you would need special access to get in here.
Is it something that if we hack and slash at it, something bad will happen?
I mean, you know that a lightsaber can get through most of metal. That's about all you know. You just know that looking at it, that it would be like captain and high-ranking members are especially classified, for lack of a better term. Crew members would be the only ones that would be able to access this room.
I guess I realized that there's no power to this ship, so any kind of security measures they would have had against forcing the door open probably isn't active.
You know, that's pretty clever.
So I could try doing the powering the door and then hacking the door, or we could just slash it open again.
I feel like cutting through it is the safer option here.
He just steps forward and starts to peel around the door with the lightsaber.
Alright, so you start to cut open the door. And you can start carving this circle just kind of big enough for everybody to step through. And you get all the way through this circle and kind of push the metal inward to fall inside. Make a perception with 3 purple.
3 purple and perception. Threat 6 threat.
So you push this door open, or this circle inward, I should say, and start to push, like step through yourself following it, but there's just enough of a movement out of the corner of your eye that you immediately jump back as you see a heavily armored mechanical arm just swipe.
Whoa!
Or that could happen. But I think that would have happened if we had the door open too.
And we'll take 10 minutes here. So I can
Oh
get
my
this.
god. It's a fucking it's gonna be a it's not gonna be a robot, it's gonna be a weirdo cyborg mutant thing.
Don't give ideas. You can always change things as a DM last minute. Don't give ideas.
Double check this is still playing, right? Okay. Oh, and I'm just realizing that one of your people that actually does damage is not here.
Mm.
It's fine. I've got a holdout blaster.
I see. I just want to point out that things might be different. We might be less afraid if I was a Juyo Berserker and just had a little bit more damage at my disposal.
No. You can try that all you want, but no.
It feels like there's a thudding sound now
Mm-hmm.
in the mix.
Yeah, that just conveniently got added in. I have not even like touched that sound thing.
I thought that was, on purpose.
Nope.
It's very well timed.
Yeah, Sirenscape is just reading my mind and giving me what I need. Ooh, I forgot that thing existed. Have to tuck that away.
Where the fuck is... Man, I hate how Discord organizes messages by like DMs by vibe. Like, just order it by recency, you little shit. I haven't talked to some of these people in months for a reason.
I'm gonna have to be nicer to you guys because Galatea is not here.
Why Galatea no here?
Piper was not feeling good, so she joined and then she had to leave. Piper is sick. Okay. I forgot I had those tokens.
I don't like that. What?
No, it's just
You
I don't have a like pre-made token prepared, so I was like, okay, what do I have that kind of symbolizes this? And I forget that I just have gotten a whole bunch of just completely and totally random like sets on Roll20. Whenever there's something free, I just grab it. And so I have just really weird things like I have this token here. Let me blow this up.
Oh, he's kind of cute.
He is.
I
And
kind of like.
and the one that made me giggle is this one. It's like I type in robot and that pops up and I'm like, oh my god.
Why does he have to wear a Speedo?
I don't
Is
know.
my question.
Where are these tokens?
You didn't see either one?
No, where'd they
They're on
go?
they're on the right side of the ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I have
it.
my fucking character sheet over them.
Yeah. So that's the one that made me giggle.
What? Oh man, he's coming.
I just gotta ask why they gave him the Speedo. Like,
He's about to fucking give you the speedo.
You know, same reason they gave 7 of 9 a speedo and on Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, I do still have the police droid that I can just use as a stand-in for right now. Cool. Alright. I have heard Inbian, Joe, and Jin.
Here.
There you are. Okay. So. And this is not going to be a full proper combat because it's too late in the session for that. So, it'll be essentially this robot will go and then all of you will have a chance to go. Okay?
Alright.
Yeah.
So you go stumbling back out of this circle that you've cut in the door, Kane. And out from around the corner, you see a security droid step around. And this one is much larger and seemingly more intact than the one that you encountered upon first entering this ship. Seemingly because this one is so far locked away that it has not had to tangle with any creatures or people coming in to ransack the ship or anything. It has just been in its stasis mode waiting until somebody who was not authorized popped their head in.
Well, that's us.
Oh, good. Oh, good. The only unauthorized person it could have found, and it's fucking Kane.
And seeing the hole in the door, the droid steps through and seems to scan everybody in the room. And you see kind of extend from its arm, looks to be a very heavy metal electric baton of some sort.
Oh, come on. We don't have to do this.
And you say that, and it looks at you. Unauthorized personnel are not allowed beyond this door. You will go to the brig.
I'm going to Okay, do I have an
And
opportunity to speak, or is it just gonna swing?
you have about 2 seconds to try and say something.
He's gonna. Kane is gonna wave his hand and say, "No, I won't.
Doesn't work
I
on
don't have any
droids.
force powers.
Doesn't work on droids either.
Fine."
And it scans you for a second. You will go to the rig and takes a swing.
Shit.
It's 2.
I'm really hurt. I just realized.
Yep.
Yeah, you should not be fronting this one.
Right. On the damage on this. You might be going down. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
It does 5 damage before your soak.
Hold on. Let
you
me
have
check
parry?
my soak. 5 damage before soak. No, I'm unconscious.
Do you have
It just-
parry?
Daring?
Parry.
Parry? Nope.
Oh god.
No,
don't have
I'm just
parry?
fucking bipped. Nope.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
spent
Brett.
all my XP on getting like other shit so that I would be like I haven't spent it on anything because I don't know what to spend it on.
Parry's really good. If
There's too many choices.
If there is parry in your tree, please buy parry.
There's too many choices.
We will, Joe, you and I will sit down at some point this weekend and talk about where you
Okay.
need to be spending your XP. Because you've gotten more than enough XP over the past couple of sessions to be able to afford some abilities that might be useful.
This is true. I've just been paralyzed, spoiled for choice because I'm like I could get force powers, but I should probably get lightsaber powers. But what if I did this instead?
So-
there's choices.
You all see Kane wave his hand, essentially say, "No, we're not," and then just get smacked across the head by this
Oh.
metal electric baton, and he just crumples. And the
Ooh.
droid pauses and scans, and then lifts his head and starts scanning the 3 of you, very clearly with the intent of continuing in the direction of the 3 of you. It's y'all's turn.
Fuck. Man, we're kind of hecked here, ain't we?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, alright, does anybody have anything that they want to do immediately? Because if he does
No.
not have that many options.
No.
I don't have many options for battle either, really.
Cool.
So retreat and
Yeah.
shoot. That's the plan for all 3 of you.
Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna have to do here. I will hide behind something. I will take out the holdout blaster, though. Keep it out of eyesight for now. And I will use the immortal line. I'm on a diplomatic mission from Apes.
The droid seems to process that for a second. Let me see. I will let you roll something for this, but it'll be extremely difficult. But there will be
Chance.
the slightest chance.
I will take that slight chance. All right, let's see. What would you like here?
Hmm. I will say that you can do a cool check.
All right, all right.
It'll be 4 purple and a black, though.
4 purple and a black. Cool. I have leverage, so I remove that black, which is
Okay.
great. 4 purples. Let's see. Do we have points? I believe we have points. Can I use a light side point to upgrade this?
Sure.
Right.
Click that light
Feels-
side.
Right. Use light side. There we go.
Ooh.
Right. So this is 1 upgrade. Are you gonna upgrade?
No, you can just. Well, hold on.
I've gotten so accustomed to I will upgrade, will you upgrade? Sorry.
No, I'm gonna save that. I have ways of using those dark side points.
You've got 4, so Alright,
Mm.
here we go then. What?
You canceled
Is
yourself
that-
out
Is
completely.
it dead even?
Yep.
Wow. Wow! Incredible!
Would have convinced me.
That
3
feels
success,
somehow
3 failures, 2 advantage, 2 disadvantage.
perfectly balanced.
As all things should be.
It's the wrong time to be balanced.
Yeah.
So there's this a slightly longer than what you'd expect pause as this droid processes and seems to scan you again. But it just simply says, "You are unauthorized. You are going to the brig."
Crap. Well, I tried.
Takes another step forward.
This droid is constantly having to think like, did that happen? Or, okay, it didn't work. Okay, cool, they didn't do anything, and then he'll just move on. He's just baffled by our sheer unluck and stupidity.
So does that count as my turn then? Because that's a skill check.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that, like, if you want to, like, give a help action or something to somebody, you can.
I don't know if I can help shooting though, which might be a thing to do. But in that case, I will just bunker down with this cover.
Okay. Risha Marcy. Gonna start blasting?
Yeah, I'll take a shot.
Just started blasting.
Alright, so it's far enough away at the moment still, because it's not progressing super fast, just with that steady, determined walk of he's coming after you. It'll be your, I'm assuming, blaster pistol, so light
Yeah.
ranged. It'll be at 2 purple and 1
step
black.
back? Did I step back to improve my range?
No, that's kind of your baseline for
Okay.
short range.
1 for that. Color of my soul. Alright. Then I click on the dice.
Yay!
Pew, 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 pew.
Alright. And what's the damage on your pistol?
5.
5.
It
Okay.
is one-size damage.
I will also be shooting.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll yours as well. It'll be exactly the same. Nope.
Sad.
Okay. You can choose to do something with the advantages if you would like.
I'd like to back up.
Well, that's just part of
Backing
movement.
up.
I'll duck and destroy.
I'll back up here. So with my advantage, can you give me a suggestion?
So with the number of advantages you have, your options are give, nope, you didn't succeed that. You can activate an item quality if you have it on your pistol. You can recover 1 strain. You can give a blue to the next allied character's check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Here you go. Have a blue.
So, you guys both are leaving your boss ducking behind cover. As this
Figured
thing
if
advances.
Honestly, I
spread
don't blame
out-
you guys.
I figured we'd spread out so we're not all clumped together and on top of each other.
So this droid, approaches and looks down at you from over this essentially central table that you are ducking behind, and just takes a swing at you with that electric baton. And I will add a black to this, which you needed because it gave him only 1 success. But that is 5
good.
damage before soak.
What soak? Do I look like a woman who has soak? Oh, I do have soak. I have 1 soak. Okay, cool. I don't.
Oh, soaking your damage, that's our job.
Yeah. I will take 4 wounds.
And you just get cracked hard across the shoulder, enough to kind of send you on your ass for a second. And it's been a while since something decided or was able to get close enough to you to just start beating on you. It kind of takes you aback for a second. Usually Galatea is there to cause an issue.
I told you, I'm a diplomat!
Alright, you 3. Who wants to go first?
Are we allowed to like heal do medicine checks or whatever during combat?
Yes. However,
Thing is,
remember,
I don't
you
have
have
the kit.
You have
I'd have to take the kit from Galatea.
Kane is knocked unconscious in a room that did have some medical supplies.
How many turns would it take to try to get him at least
You have
moving?
you'd have to spend a turn trying to get past this robot, unless somebody does something to help you. And then you will have to find. So, 2 turns or 3 turns? Short answer.
We can try that. It sounds just like that from the other room. I think it's probably a good idea to try and get Kane up, though. I can try and draw the robot out. Me and Marcy can do that while you try and get past him if you like.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to try to get past him.
All right. So, what would you say? What kind of check is it to create a diversion and get the thing to chase after me?
Depends on the type of diversion you're thinking of. What would you like to try and do first? Explain to me a plan.
I'm thinking. I gotta have a plan first. Maybe like how to get it to follow?
Or just at least disorient it for a bit.
Yeah, like maybe trying to knock it about the head and then dash off
Or
and hope
blind
that
it.
yeah, like at least probably engaging it and then trying to move away is what the big idea here should be. Maybe try and move toward here so that it goes away from Marcy as well, so we can try and kite it. So we've got a holdout blaster.
Remember, at the end of this hallway is the crushed metal. So it's not an opening. There is some space between the room and where the crushed metal is, but it is a dead end.
You know what? We're gonna do it. Some fucking high tension shit. We're gonna do it. I will try to. Let's see. I guess I'll try to shoot it and then move this way. Move down that way.
So that will be 2 purple and a black because it is within close range. That's how we're going to do it this time. just for ease.
Wait, can I see?
You have your like little makeshift
Okay.
collection of data pads using
good,
the light from the phone screens to guide your path.
All right. All
That's what
right.
we need to
So
find. Flashlights.
So
Yeah,
you
I
said
know.
essentially, you can see what's within about 1.5 feet of you. That's about as far as you can see.
that's enough to shoot at something. All right. So 1 yellow, 1 green. You said 2 purples and a black, right? All right. Here it comes. Well, I miss, but you know.
Yeah, you struggle up and try to get your bearings again and just lift your pistol really fast and shoot as you're moving. It just whizzes right by its head. But its attention is very clearly on you.
We'll try to dash behind it.
I will move here while I have its attention.
But what kind of check would it be to try to dash behind it?
Are you trying to just get past it fast, or are you trying to sneak?
Possibly. You know what? I want to try to sneak because it will give me more chance to find something before it tries to hit me over the head.
Alright, so that'll be a stealth. It'll be
Okay.
3 purple, but you get a blue because it is distracted by Iffy.
Okay. Cool. Hopefully,
You
a
get
success and a threat.
past it.
Okay.
And you enter into the medical room. You see Kane is still kind of crumpled on the floor. And you start desperately searching.
Yep.
Roll me a perception check with 3 purple. Right. So you do spot a medkit off in the far corner. That's all you can manage this round.
Yep. That's good. I know where to get thing. We're good.
Okay, Marcy, you want to try something?
Yeah, shoot. Blast, blast.
Blast.
Let's see. I think I got my numbers set correctly. So,
Ooh, and that's a couple extra damage.
like that. Base damage of 5. Die, die, die. Click, click, click. Damn it.
Okay. If it's an even number, it continues after Iffy. If it's an odd number, it is now distracted towards Marcy.
All right.
It's continuing after Iffy.
Oh boy.
You win. This is your prize.
Yeah.
And even as these shots ring out and you see it just hitting squarely in the chest of this droid, it is deciding essentially it's going to knock you out one by one and just continue after the one it's going after, and comes down the path and will attack.
It does not feel pain. It does not feel remorse.
And that is another 5 before soak.
Alright, I will take 4 if he is in quite a bit of pain.
It's okay. He's gonna take us out one by one, and I'm gonna follow behind him, patching people up one by one.
Are you playing Splinter Cell or some shit here?
Okay. So this is where DM advice, because you were not here last time, Jen.
Okay.
You can go... how combat works in this, even though this is not being 100% proper combat, because I'm being lazy today, you can go in whatever order. And so there is a strategy portion of it, of like you essentially have player character turns and NPC turns. And the player characters each one can only go once around, but you can go in whatever order.
Okay.
So it is encouraged that you guys talk to each other and say, okay, this person needs to go first so that then this person can do this and benefit from what happened. So there's some strategy in planning and who goes when. So the friendly DM advice: go first, heal Kate.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try to heal Kane.
So you did find the stem packs, and they seem to be not quite up to par. They've been shaken in the crash and they've not been maintained, and they've just been sitting there for a while. So rather than doing a full 5 wound recovery like a stim pack normally would at the first use, you take it, you grab it, and run over to Kane and start trying to patch him up and kind of injecting him with adrenaline. And Kane, you will heal 4 wounds.
Perfect.
I would say it's not perfect.
It's better than before.
Just Kane. Oh,
Got you. I'm now a real doctor. I wasn't expecting this. This wasn't part of my training.
For some reason, I imagine you were like crying that out, just like, "I'm a real doctor. Are you okay?"
It's more like a mantra of like telling herself, "I'm a real doctor. I can do this. You won't die. I'm not killing you." Okay. I assume that's my turn then to
Yes.
to do all that. Yeah. Okay. But Kane is awake.
Yes. And so you are back into the turn order, Kane. Who wants to go
Okay.
next? Kane, Marcy, Iffy.
I'll go next. I'll take a shot at the droid.
So
Do I need to move to
Yeah.
to be clear?
Yeah, you'd
Then
have
I'll
to
move.
move towards the center of the room to see down the hallway.
Do not roll a despair.
Yeah, don't. Um, Same roll. Whew.
Oh.
Like that.
So you have a single triumph. Not triumph, advantage, I should say. I know what it means in my head. The word just doesn't come. So, your options for this are either recover 1 strain or add a blue to the next allied character's check.
Blue.
Okay, so whoever is next, you get to add a blue to whatever you roll. And that is... You have essentially been managing to shoot this droid in the same spot over and over and over again. You are not necessarily the, like, ace when it comes to shots, but it's close enough that you're grouping pretty well. And you start to see a nice little hole starting to get carved into its armor, where you are hitting it over and over.
If it's there, pull out a laser pointer right there.
Can I clarify? You are allowed to spend XP on the fly, right?
Technically.
Because I would like to go next, and I've got 35 to spend. I'll spend 10 to get the first rank of parry, 10 to get the first rank of toughened, so I get +2 wounds to my threshold. Does that increase my 4 to 6?
Hold on. Let me look at what you're looking at.
Oh, here. I am looking at Shinexpert. I will post it
Okay.
there. So I have the conditioned rank already. That was one of the first things I got. I have 35 available. So if I go 10 to parry, 10 to toughened, would that get me to 6? That would put my wound threshold up by 2, which would go from my 4 wounds to 6 wounds? Is that how it works?
Technically, I think that's supposed to be when you get healed, so it just kind of raises your max HP.
Damn it.
But I'll be nice this time. This time. One time. Okay? And say yes.
Fuck yeah. So that is 10 to parry, 20 to get toughened. I have 15 left, and I will use... well, shit.
And technically, you can use 15 and get all of your first ranks if you wanted to.
Street Mart's Reflect Sidestep. I actually really like this as a flavor thing. So I'll use the 5 to get the 10 parry, 10 toughened, 5 for Street Smarts, and 10 for Shien Technique. My cunning and brawn are the same, so it doesn't change my rolls in any meaningful way. But I like the idea of like getting back up, and my entire style is now like slightly different.
It's got serious.
Yeah, he's gone from the like, okay, I'm just here as the hired muscle, so I'm just supposed to be the strong dude, to like, okay, I've been knocked down one too many fucking times in the past 24 hours. Let me actually behave like the Jedi I have been trained to be.
Yeah, enough of this ridiculous shit. So I will spend those points, get those upgrades, and then immediately do. I forget how standing works. Is it?
Since this is not like 100% proper combat right now, I'll just say that you can get up and move.
I'm going to get up, and all I'm going to do is close the distance with this thing. And I am going to whirl around and start laying into it, and I get a blue because of the boost.
For me, yeah.
So that'll
Nice.
be 2 purple and a blue.
Fuck yeah. So Kane's going in. Oh, yes.
Ooh, that's a nice spicy triumph. You can get
She did-
anything on the, or almost anything, on the successful advantage sheet with that.
Can you
I
make
want-
it our new friend?
Yeah, you could.
Absolutely not. I am going to cut off the arm that's holding the baton. Like, Kane gets up, whirls around, like, spins the lightsaber, ignites it, and then just, with no effort, no force required for this one, he's swinging it like an actual Jedi and not like a fucking barbarian. And just, shwink! Off comes the arm.
Okay. What's your base damage?
My base damage for the saber...
5, I think.
Damage 6.
6. Ooh, this thing's on its last legs anyway. So you managed to do a nice chunk of damage to it. You all see, all of a sudden, Kane, much more serious and focused than you've seen him before, just come in, spinning around, chopping off this arm completely. And this thing immediately whirls around away from Iffy towards Kane. Iffy.
Would like to shoot it in the back.
Same roll as last time.
I still have that roll saved, so that's great. I will do that then. Ify, come on! What's wrong with you?
She's in the dark. She's having a moment.
She's lost like half her fucking wounds. She's in the dark. She's having a rough time.
So you shoot and miss. As you're shooting right as it turns, and it just glances by the shoulder. If he had stayed still, you probably would have hit. But he was moving, you just weren't able to anticipate. And the droid, without its baton arm, will just try to punch. And it does. It does hit, but it only does 4 wound.
I want to use
And so that's
Parry.
four wound before your soak.
Yeah, so my soak is 2. So if I use parry and take 3 strain, I can reduce it by 2 and take no damage.
Yep.
See, Perry's great. Perry's wonderful. Buy as
You
many
know, I
rings
didn't
of
actually
Perry as you
read
can.
much of what these were. I was just like, man, I want to get Gemso Falling Avalanche. That sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah. It's great as long as you are dealing with enemies that are not doing strain damage to you, or I am not choosing to give you strain through things. Because all of those nice big threats that Iffy has been rolling that I have been ignoring, I do technically get to use those to inflict not great things. Including strain.
Very kind of you. I appreciate your mercy.
But it punches you and you just stonewall. You take it and don't even flinch, and it kind of pauses. It tilts its head slightly and you could see it starting to scan again. Like, I just knocked this bitch down and now he's taking a full-on punch without moving. What the hell just happened?
As the droid hear boss music.
It had its own boss music, and then there's the record scratch, and all of a sudden it changes to new boss music. It's like, oh shit. All right, Kate, I'm assuming you want to go first.
Unless someone else has an idea.
No.
Unless if he wants to try and shoot one more time to see if she finally hits.
You can go ahead and go first, Kate. I will follow
I would
up.
like to go before you attempt to shoot and possibly hit me for some reason.
I mean, that's fine. That's perfectly fine with me.
All right. Then Kane is going in again with the lightsaber. After having taken the punch, he'll spin it, like whip it around, and go like laterally across the front of it.
Okay. Technically, you didn't hit, but you have so many advantages you can do shit.
You put him at a disadvantage?
Yeah. So, again, you can do... Hold on, let me grab this, because I think the advantage sheet that I had shared with y'all no longer works, because they're hiding things to make you buy the books now. But I can save and share with about a minute's worth of work. So this is your options. And you have 3 advantage. You can do everything except for the
The last, 4 things?
yeah, the last couple of things, and technically the first one.
I will... I'm gonna give myself... I'm gonna give myself +1 melee defense.
Okay. So that'll be an extra, 1 point of soak next round.
Nice.
Who wants to go next? This thing's on its last legs, but it's still up.
Can Marcy stand on top of this thing and then take a shot over Kane?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, I would like to try.
I will say that'll bump you up to 3 purple, though, to try and avoid hitting him.
All right.
Because you are trying to shoot over him and not hit Iffy. Roll me 1 more purple.
Oh, I didn't do the tab. Clear, 1, tab, roll the dice. How about that?
Okay, so that cancels out one of the advantages. And so you hit. Would you like to do anything with those advantages? Because you have 4.
Okay, I should look at that sheet. Let's see. But I can blow it up. How about disable the target? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
you shoot at this droid, and you manage to essentially nick one of its power circuitries, and you see electricity kind of sparking all across it, and it freezes up and kind of starts shaking a little bit. And so it is disabled for the next round. It is still up, but all of you can feel like if it just gets hit one good time, it's probably going down.
I feel like I'm being ableist right now.
I can try to shoot it?
Please.
Question mark? I said try.
Finish.
Like,
Finish
I'm building
him.
his faith that if I don't have
So you rush around, take aim. It'll be 3 purple and a black. Because it is
Okay.
now surrounded by people you would prefer not to hit.
That would make sense. I would hope that I don't want to hit them. I don't hit them?
You hit the thing. I'm trying to decide if I want to be mean just once. Just once, because I've been nice. I've been really nice today.
You have been
you
nice.
can hit me if you like. You can hit me if you like. I'm in a very cramped space right now.
Alright, so you are gonna whip around the corner and take a shot at this thing. And you manage to hit it, but just the stress of everything, you're gonna take a strain.
Okay.
But you see this thing get hit. Just double checking really fast. What's your base damage?
I think it's 5.
Okay. You peg it in the shoulder as it's standing there shaking, electrified. And you see the lights in the eyes flicker and then shut off. And the electricity fade. And the thing just collapses into Iffy.
Oops.
Catch.
Can I try to grab it?
You could, if you want to try to grab it before it falls on top of Iffy, you can make a coordination with 2 purple and a black.
Make a 2 purple and a black. Make a what?
Coordination.
Coordination. Cool. I think I'm really bad at that. Let me see. Yeah, no, this is good.
Hey!
Nice.
So, you, Iffy, are backed into the corner and you see this giant metal thing just start to topple in your direction. And then all of a sudden, just like Keen lunges forward and grabs it and studies it upright for a second. Gives you just long enough to skirt around before he lets it go and it drops against the crumpled metal of the hallway.
I mean, Kane, gift for that. Holy moly!
Oh, hey, don't mention it. Oh, and he's just, like rubbing the back of his neck.
Were there more
leave.
stim packs left in that med bay?
That was
Or
the only one you could
Okay.
find that seemed to be in semi-working order.
Okay, that's fair.
So essentially, stim packs. Because I explained it last time out. Did you watch the VOD?
I watched the VOD, but I don't remember that
Okay.
specific thing.
Stim packs, generally, if they're in perfect working order, start with your first use, they do 5 healing. Your second use, they do 4 healing, and they go down 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You start at 4, so you have a 3 healing, a 2 healing, and a 1 healing left.
Awesome. I think one of you two probably want some. Both of you two.
I am.
I'm unhurt.
Yeah.
I'm below half.
I
I
believe
am
Iffy is as well.
also below half.
Okay.
You did a whole lot of heavy lifting and are also the front combat character though, so I think you should get healing before me though.
We could do like 4 and 2.
No, it has to be 3, 2, 1.
No, I meant like 4 total. So do like 3 and then do the 2 and then do the 1 back on.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Give Kane. Kane would look at Iffy and be like, "Give her the first use of it. I'm upright. I'm fine." And he'll like straighten himself up a little bit. You hear like his back crack a little bit, and he's just, "Oh yeah, I'm fine."
If he's leaning back because like her nose is bleeding, and she just shakes her head and she's like, "Look at you. No, you're getting the first one. Look at you. You're getting it. I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine."
I'm listening to the boss.
Fair enough.
I'll give Kane the 3, and then Iffy the 2, and then Kane the 1.
So 4 total healing for Kane, 2 total healing for Iffy. And as you get that last dose, you look at the stim pack and you realize this thing is gone. It's done. It's not even going to be able to recharge.
I mean, we got good use out of it, at least.
True enough. Well, that was awful. Maybe there's something good behind where that thing came out of.
Probably.
I never want to get hit again.
Me too. I think that is a lovely plan.
We should investigate the boss room.
Yeah, Kane is gonna try to tiptoe over into that area.
Alright, so you slowly approach the door, you kind of peek through, and look around, and you don't see any other droids in this room. Seems to be the only one that was in there was the one that you guys dealt with. And you slowly step through and look around, and there's some more of the kind of strange medical equipment to one side of the room, but to the other side of the room it seems to be more just basic tech. And Marcy, give me space. Well, Marcy and Risha, because either one of you could get this tech, probably. Space piloting or mechanics at 3 purple.
Definitely mechanics for me.
Ooh, there's a triumph there.
Yeah. And a threat.
2
2
threats.
threats. 2 threats.
So you both are being a little bit more the tech savvy ones, drawn a little bit more towards the tech side of the room. And as you're looking through things, you see some schematics for various things. Some of what you recognize is possible theoretical schematics for different parts of ships and parts of engines, big and small pieces. But as you're kind of shuffling through, you open one of the cabinets and look, and you both immediately peg sitting in this cabinet is what looks to be like a portion of that hyperdrive part that you need.
Oh, nice.
It looks
Cool.
It is not complete. It's very clearly a start on a modified version. But as both of you kind of examine it and kind of whisper back and forth about it, you both feel like if you can find the right schematic in this pile of schematics, you probably can find the pieces you need to finish building this.
Okay.
And it
I'll search for that
should
schematic.
theoretically fit.
Search for that schematic.
Alright, that'll be perception 3 purple for anybody looking for the schematics once Marcy and
Yeah.
Risha put their heads together.
Definitely looking for it. Worst case scenario, we just grab every piece of paper we can find.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Let's
Okay.
see. Three green and 3 purple. I will assist with trying to find stuff.
Okay. So you all go digging through these schematics and looking. And it takes a minute. Some of you get distracted by what looks to be like some pretty interesting, kind of off the wall ideas and concepts. You sit there and kind of appreciate, and you're like, this is not what I need, though. I need to keep looking. You find what looks to be 2 different versions of schematics for this part. You're not quite sure which one applies to the portion that you have. It'll take a little bit of work to figure that out. But you do have 2 schematics that you feel confident. Probably one of them.
All right. So what does it take? A mechanics or something else?
It'll take probably you look at it and you look at the piece of like what's already put together. You probably going to need to get back to town. Take this thing apart a little bit to see what's in the center of it, and then find what you can find in town.
All right. I
But it
see.
looks like the rest of the stuff might be easy. Or
Yeah.
fine.
Like, essentially, instead of trying to find this, for lack of a better way of describing it, because it's getting late for me, instead of trying to find, 2 feet of an object, you now have a foot of it already, so you just have to build the 1 foot that's left.
Okay. I also kind of sort of want to take the other schematics as well. Just I'll separate them in the bag.
Alright, you can do that.
They're a surprise tool that will help us later.
More at least it can be something when I'm bored later too. Nothing else.
Risha's
Light
just finding
reading
all of
before.
her projects to work on.
Hey, I'll
Gonna have to make sure she has a workshop on the ship. Okay. Anybody want to do anything else?
Well, I guess I feel like the biggest threats are done. We can explore the rest of the ship, maybe.
Don't jinx it.
I do not have force enhanced voice.
Um,
Iffy still kind of has her head tilted back, even though her nose is no longer actively bleeding. Just the sensation of it has lingered. All right, all right. Do we want to bother checking any of the other rooms in this joint?
If I tell you what, if we resume next session, yes.
That's dangerously meta.
I would say, or rather, Kane would suggest we can give it one last look through if we're very quick, but I don't want to be here very longer.
yeah, like what? I guess important question: what time of day is it at this point in time? I know we started in the morning.
Yeah, it's starting to
What?
get towards afternoon.
Yeah, we should probably get a move on, huh?
It's only been 10 minutes.
Mm-mm.
Well,
10 minutes adventuring day.
yeah, well, that's the question. Do we want to use the cover of this ship again one more night and get a full days of travel?
Like,
Or
also remember that you guys are already going to be a day behind schedule with returning your
Yeah,
Okay.
beasts of
she's gonna
burden.
beat the shit out of us, man.
fuck. Okay, I did not know that. All right.
Yeah,
Right.
we're already late.
Yeah. We probably do need to get going.
The scary Voidwalker lady that was like, you guys better bring my creatures back unharmed on time.
Oh yeah. I resecure the hidden panels. I rehide the panels.
Okay.
That's our little secret.
Alright, any last things you want to do on the ship before you leave?
I think we should probably head back. I don't think there's anything super pressing.
No, it's more curiosity's sake at this point in time. So
Okay.
yeah, I think you want to head back.
So you all finish up, let Marcy resecure the panels, hide the smuggler's passageway again before you all make your way back out of the ship and gather the few things that you left outside and all mount back up on the Voidwalkers and start heading back towards town. And that's where
Okay.
we will end it tonight.
Fuck this place. Let's leave and never return.
We've
did-
all almost died multiple times. Let's go.
We did great. We did great.
Kane got way more abused over the past few sessions than I ever anticipated him getting abused. It was. I'm not complaining, by the way. It's just wild. He got fucking trashed.